Hey everyone, welcome back to the shop in Florida. Back from Lemons, made it back safe. The car made it back safe to Ohio, and the other guys made it back safe up there, and everyone's happy and fun. And we had an absolute blast. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, you enjoyed the wrap up. I can tell from the viewer count and the view count that you guys liked that video. So I'll try and do more of the group thing. We'll try and get everyone mic'd up too, so it's not all over the place. I am testing out new mics, so hopefully these are working fairly well. Maybe, hopefully, maybe. And uh, I took yesterday off. It was one of those decompression days. Try and get all the stuff that you've kind of pushed away during the race weekend, and now you're like, okay, well now I have to catch up. So it was a nice relaxing day to just kind of relax and catch up and make sure that everything is set for going forward and looking forward to all of the stuff that we're going to do. So for tonight, and we ramp back up into projects. I'm still waiting on Miata parts, so that will happen soon as possible, I guess. And we'll get back into the Miata and get that thing back on the road. We have a dyno day on Sunday, and that kind of sucks because I wanted to take the Miata up there and check out the Joey Booza build. Let's see. Hey, Brian. Speaking of lemons and having an awesome time, I pointed Brian by at least once during my session. His little Miata kicks ass. And yeah, we were talking about Miatas, so that's perfect timing, man. Yeah, I want to check out the Joey Booza build and see how many horsepowers Joey gave us. But Brian's car was awesome, and it looks so great. You see it online, and you're like, "That's a really cool graphic and really cool paint." And then you see it in person, and it's just like 400 times better. It's even cooler. So definitely going to hook up with those guys in the future and do more events with them. Hopefully, they come down to Sebring. I think Lemons does Sebring as well. And then we'll go up and maybe do CMP with them. That would be fun. That's not a heavy drive down from Ohio, and it's kind of a heavy drive for me, but maybe I just fly into, I don't know, maybe just fly to Atlanta and drive over. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Yeah, tons of fun. Met a ton of really, really cool people and doing the connection with them. That was part of the decompression yesterday, hooking up with the Lemons team and all the other teams and checking out all their pictures. Who won the IOE? The guy with the Trans Am front end and S10 back half, he won the IOE. Unfortunately, his vehicle got beer canned on Sunday, but otherwise, it was a super cool car. Really cool guy, a very bizarre build, and definitely worthy of that trophy. Definitely. The other stuff that went around, the other MR2 team won an award as well. I don't remember which one they won, but they were well deserved. We didn't win any awards, but one of the Lemons folks did come up and talk to our team and told us, thank you very much for helping out the other MR2 rookie team. And that's worth it for me. Getting that thanks from the Lemons staff is a huge, huge deal. Like I said, I don't need an award. I don't need a ton of money. When those guys come up and say, hey, thanks for talking to those guys and boosting their confidence and making them feel good about, a very scary situation for a rookie team, that means the world, you might not win anything. Your car might go through a lot of CV joints in 2 days, but that means a lot. So I really appreciate that. That's a lot of fun. And I think that's also kind of a big thing in grassroots racing. That's a big deal. I've watched it happen a bunch of times. I saw it once at VIR. A guy was out practicing and absolutely just completely tore off. I don't know what happened, but he tore off his whole front left corner of his E30 BMW. And he came back into the pits, and it was like a mob scene. Everyone ran over to his car, and it was mostly BMW guys. They ran over to his car and they're like, hey man, what spares do you need? What parts do you need? Oh, this control arm. Oh, okay, this part. Oh, you need a coilover. Well, I don't have a matching KW, but I've got a BC, whatever. And they literally, I don't know, it was 4 or 5 hours, put his whole front left corner together so he could get out there and track the next day. And that's really, really cool. figure out what money is owed later on. I don't really worry about the money part. People are generally good for it, so I don't really worry about it. But that's really cool. That's one of those things you're not going to see that in F1. You're not going to see that in NASCAR. You're not going to see that anywhere else. You're going to see that in NASA, SCCA, Lemons. Not a lot in SVRA, just because the cars are they're very particular. But you're going to see it a lot in the grassroots stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, definitely. And that's the fun part about Lemons. You see these guys all over the country. So it's really exciting to see him. You didn't know that, Brian was going to go to pit race, and all of a sudden he's there. You're like, oh, hey, man, it's great to see the Miata again. And everyone wants to kick ass, and everyone wants to have fun. By the way, Brian, the lap record, I found this out yesterday. The lap record at Road Atlanta is 106, and it's like 106.2. That was in 2000. I can't remember now, 2013. And that is moving some furniture. That means the guy was averaging over 135 miles an hour. He was averaging 135. So the difference between that and Lemons, we are averaging about 35 miles an hour, especially in the rain. We are much slower in the rain. We were 150s in the dry, and we were 210s in the rain. That's the difference. So tons of fun. I can't recommend it enough. It sounds cheap, like it's a $500 car, but if you put the labor in, if you put the time in, it's not as expensive as you might think. For this weekend, if you were to do it all in, just kind of by yourself and a friend, it's probably $1,000 each. Maybe $1,500 each to have that much track time at a fantastic track like Road Atlanta or Pit Race or Road America. It comes out to a pretty good deal. So excuse me, that's a lot of fun. Definitely try that. I'm very happy to be home. I'm happy to sleep in my own bed. All this stuff. I got a ton of stuff done today. One of the things I wanted to do, and this was the Nitrous Project that I'm talking about, and I completely on accident found out something about the Nitrous Project. So I did this, and I'll show it to you guys. So you've seen these. These are the Nitrous energy drinks, the NOS energy drinks. And these are made by the same company, contracted by whatever. They have a little bottle top, and they're painted like the bottle and the orange and all that. So many moons ago, I think this was 2007, I made this. I made a couple different versions. So I made this. I got a bunch of the bottles, and this has come apart. This has been parked in my shop in Ohio for a long time. And I made this. And I'll explain to you guys what this is. It's a bunch of the regular bottles. And I drilled a 1/4-inch hole in the lid. And this is regular, just PVC tubing from the craft store. This is actually a bottle cap from like a Pepsi bottle or whatever. And then inside, it's kind of hard to see, but that is actually a nitrous gauge. And then I've lost a few of these, and that's why we're going to do the restoration on this. There's another reason we're doing the restoration on this. The cover is actually the top of a googly eyes. The googly eyes you get at the craft store? If you cut it off, that gives you your glass face, and it's just a plastic face. But you can see I've lost a few of these. So this is 5 of those bottles, and it's just hot glued to, this is a 2-liter Pepsi bottle that I spray painted. The color I used is Grabber Blue, the Ford Grabber Blue. So I just spray painted the bottle, and then you'll never guess what this is, this little thing on top. This will make you laugh, because I needed somewhere for the little tubes to go into. So I got this, and I cut some little slits in it. This is a toilet flapper, and I found this at the hardware store just because it was blue. It worked, and then from one of the extra bottles, I had the original NOS cap. So I was looking for spare bottles because I was going to make another one of these and do kind of a different design. But I'm not. I'm going to restore this one because this is almost $1,000. Believe it or not. I could not believe this. Here, I'll show you guys. Just so you don't think I'm like making shit up. I was blown away. I'm like, oh, maybe somebody has some extra ones they're throwing away or they're going to recycle. Oh no. So this is just the Google machine. And we'll go right here to eBay. And that says $165 for an empty one. Okay, so maybe that guy's just asking a lot of money. Let's check this guy. This guy's asking $174 for that. Sorry, or girl. I'm not sexist here. I don't. This one does not have a price on it. Let's check this guy. We're just gonna go and check eBay. Okay, this one is $225, and these are all empty. So they're exactly what I have. They just haven't been super glued to something or hot glued to something. So there you go. I had no idea that this kit was worth so much money. Now, this has been sitting in my garage in Ohio for a while, so we're going to do some cleanup on it and get it all put back together. But if you want to do something like this, it is terribly simple. Very simple. I mean, that is literally hot glue. It's about 2 feet of just PVC tubing from the hardware store. These gauges, I just printed out. They're actually... they're from Autometer. I got them from the Autometer website, and I just printed them out and cut them out. The plastic caps, you can tell they were painted. They're going to obviously get repainted. And, a 1/4-inch drill bit. That's really all you need. It's not, if hot glue works good, you can use the E6000 like I do. And then I just did the toilet flapper up top. Now, why do you have this, Kevin? What the hell is this for? Here's where it gets really fun. So on my Ram SRT10, my Viper truck, this fit right in it sat right on the center console. So it was a perfect width and a perfect position. When people would look in the truck, they would be like, holy shit, it's got nitrous. And it's fun. The kids love it. The kids think it's hysterical. The adults laugh at it until they figure out that it's not a real deal. And they're trying to figure out, what the hell, why does he have so many? And what is all that? It's really fun. So it's just for fun. Yeah, Brian, no shit. $170 for one of these. So, this is okay. So just under $1,000 for all of these. I had no idea, no clue. Until I looked tonight and I was like, yeah, I get some extra. Now, I did make a different one of these that had the tall, skinny bottles, and there were 8 of them around one of this. And they didn't have the gauges. It just had the tubing. And the tubing was it wasn't braided, but every other one they crossed over. And it looked kind of cool. It was, again, super simple. And it's just for going to events where you would park the car, park the truck, or even in like a grocery store parking lot. People would look in and see the truck. They'd be like, oh my God, look, he's got nitrous in there. Now, the cool part is it also fits in the Viper, kind of in the center console. It fits really well right there. So that also scares the hell out of people until they figure out that it's just an energy drink. It's not actually any kind of nitrous. But it's fun. And the best part is the kids love it. They think it's great. So we're going to get this one back to my original 2008, 2009 form. It also needs to decompress a little. It was a lot colder in Ohio than it was here. But yeah, you can tell I went a little crazy with the glue. There's a lot of excess here. So we'll try and make it a little bit cleaner. I think that was just hot glue. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what hot glue is made out of. Please don't say glue. I mean the chemical composition of hot glue. Because on a glue gun, like I just have this. This is just the Bauer. And just works off the battery. It's a simple tip. There's other tips you can get that like lays a different bead and everything. But you can put a ton of stuff in here. Anything that can melt, which is cool. So I've seen guys do the one recently, obviously, I've seen candy canes, which is kind of interesting. You can put candy canes in there, melt them down, and then do cool patterns with those. And they've been like going on top of cookies and stuff like that. So that one's kind of interesting. Sugar obviously will melt. collection of Kev's Rockstar cans. You can check the recycle dumpster. It's pretty much full. And I missed recycling this week because I was driving back on Monday instead of being here. So I missed the recycle truck. And that thing is very full. It's probably $4,000 or $5,000 a week. So this is going to be a fun project. I'll keep you guys up to date on it. It's just going to be one of those side things. When I get some time, I'll get the bottles cleaned up and I'll go order some googly eyes. And these have also kind of yellowed a little bit just from UV. So we'll try and make this thing look a little bit more. Yeah, this is hot glue. You can tell just because it's flexible here. We'll try and make it look a little bit more professional, a little more fun. But yeah, these are. Oh, squeaky. I had no clue that these were worth so much money. If I ever need a car payment, I know what to do. I don't have any car payments. Yeah. Oh, and the other thing, our hats. I have some spare hats. I gotta send these out. These are from the Lemons race. These are the ones that Dakota did for our team, the Pork Chop Express. And it's kind of hard to tell just because it didn't come through in the stitching very well. But there is a little Lemons logo on the butt of the pig. He got branded with the Lemons logo. These are already spoken for, these hats, but we are considering doing more. So if you're interested in one of the hats, let me know. If we get enough people interested, we'll do another 10-pack or 12-pack or 40-pack or whatever. But if you guys want one of the hats, they're going to be the same thing. They only come in black. They only come with this logo. It's a simple mesh back. There, whoa, so I break it. There's nothing super fancy about them. They are very simple hats they're embroidered. It's not an iron-on patch. They're actually stitched. But they're cool hats, and they're soft up here, which is really cool. So if you guys are interested in one of those, let us know. All we're going to do is cover costs on that. We're not making any money off of it. Because if you make money off your lemon stuff, it goes towards your $500. And so we don't want to do that. Last thing we want to do is break the rules. So then we get penalty laps. We can't get bumped up any more classes, so we get penalty laps. We don't want those. So we'll do it just to cover costs. And like I said, maybe pay for an oil change, whatever. If you guys are interested, definitely let me know. And if you see any of these nitrous bottles laying around your house or shop or your buddy's shop, let me know. I will give you $100 per bottle. I want a Dayton signed hat by all your drivers. Oh, we can do that. I brought down from Ohio. Where did they go? Come here. I brought down paint pens. Tons of flavors. So we can do that. That was one of those when I was at Mopar Nats. I just grabbed a handful, like 5 of every color. Paint pens you go through when you're torquing stuff. You mark it with a paint pen or you write the torque number on there. You just go through a lot of paint pens. So grab a handful there. I think they were $1 each at Mopar Nats, or it was like, I can't remember. It was like 12 for $10, something like that. But it was a great deal. And you go through a lot of those. Normally they're like $4 each or something. So they're definitely a good score. What else? My next project on the race car for the MR6 is to figure out the CV joints. Holy crap. Those are driving me crazy. We need to get a CV joint that can handle the angle we're at now. That's our current problem. And we definitely need something that strong, but with a little fiercer angle. So I've got a ton of research to do. I'm sure FBest has something that we can use. We just haven't found it yet. They have thousands of CV joints. So I'm going to keep looking for those and see what I can find. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I'm waiting on Miata parts. So we'll put Miata back together. We're doing Dyno Day on Sunday. The Viper's going to, I think there's an event in Orlando on Saturday. I got to double check with a bunch of the Florida people, and we'll get that taken care of. Oh, and I got you guys can't tell, I got my case for my brother, P-Touch. So I have my P-Touch and a ton of the labels and label machines in here. So slowly getting stuff back together. I got a blower for the house, for the shop and the house. I'm using that thing all over the place. And yeah, we're in good shape here. So thank you guys very much. I really appreciate everything you've done, sticking around with us through all the weirdness of Lemons and trying to do all the car stuff. You know, everyone looks up to you when you're the team captain. Everyone looks up to you for answers on stuff. And fortunately, my guys are very good at. They know me well enough to kind of know what my answer is, so they kind of get started on stuff. And but still, it's very busy. There's a lot of stuff going on, and I get, I get pulled in a million different directions, but it's all very, very, very fun. And so I appreciate you guys, putting up with us and trying to do lives and trying to get pictures up for you guys and all of that. Dakota took a bunch of great pictures. His folks took a bunch of great pictures. They're all over Instagram and Facebook. So definitely check out some of those pictures. He got some great shots of the cars, not only our car, but the other folks too. And yeah, so we're definitely going to do that again. And we know that a Honda Pilot, a 2024 Honda Pilot can tow a 5,000 pound enclosed trailer 1,000 miles. Well, sorry, 600 miles. So good job, you guys. through torrential rain and 2 Buc-ee's stops. So the trailer did good and the Pilot did good. We'll definitely be using that for the next one too. That was a solid tow vehicle. And it was also great at the track. This will sound very funny, but when I'm building those CB joints, the grease had stayed in the truck. It was actually in the trailer all night. And because it was so cold, it was 34 degrees or whatever, the grease had actually gotten very hard. It was like concrete. So I used the defroster on the Pilot because it heated up way quicker than my truck did. So I jammed the 2 packets of grease in the defroster and I hit the defroster and warmed them up, and they were more like kind of toothpaste. It was very quick to get those guys taken care of. So Pilot, good score for Lemons, and it can tow our trailer. So yeah, that's funny. You don't normally see people heating stuff up with the defroster on a Honda SUV, but we do. That's our thing. Yeah, so thanks everyone. I really appreciate it. I'll keep you updated on the nitrous, the nitrous package. I don't know what you want to call it. You want to call it a nitrous kit? It's not a nitrous kit though. I don't know. The nitrous fun pack? Shit, I don't know. It is. All right. Cool. Thanks everyone for hanging out tonight. And thanks for subscribing and telling everyone else about the channel and all the stuff we're doing here. I really appreciate that too. That's really cool. Just watching, getting all those notifications like, oh, XYZ, subscribe to your channel. Those are great. I've gotten a whole bunch of those emails in the last week. So awesome. And that's all you guys, because like I said, I'm not getting paid for any of this. There's no advertising. There's no sponsors. There's no boosting posts or anything like that. This is all on you guys, and I appreciate it. I'm really grateful for all that. I'll keep doing this stuff. Cool. And my apologies for the last video. We got cut off. Wi-Fi stopped for some reason, and so we got cut off. So I didn't get to say, don't forget to show someone that you love them. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a kiss on the tip of their nose. Hold their hand. Give it a squeeze. It's really important for them, but it is far more important for you. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll catch you on the next one. Hopefully we're doing Miata stuff tomorrow. All right. Have a great night, everyone. Cool.